Hey everyone, Cable with the Antique Book Collective, and today I'm getting to you guys with a video called eBay Broke eBay. And guys, for those of you that have been using eBay any amount of time, you guys know eBay breaks eBay all the time. So if you guys are new to eBay, let me just warn you, eBay, like every other platform in the whole wide world, sometimes they do updates that they might think is helpful, but at the end of the day, it's also rather harmful because, let's face it, people don't always like change. That includes users of platforms, but it also includes the sellers. Of course, sometimes those changes are for the better. Personally, for me, I think this eBay change that sort of broke eBay also is actually helping eBay in the long run. But at the same time, it's a change that they didn't really make enough of a fuss about for how big of a change this is. So with all that said, what change am I talking about? There's a lot of changes happening all the time. This particular change, guys, so I actually got an offer on a book, and this offer came in, and I'm like, okay, cool, it's a little lower than I want, but whatever. I'm not getting a whole lot of full price offers anymore for my high-end items, so I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, I'm still making a very good profit on this book, so let's go for it. I took it, and a couple of things sort of happened on my side of things. I'm like, oh, that's rather interesting. And it still had the item listed after I accepted the offer. I'm like, what is this? And shortly after that, I had another book get an offer that I accepted, and that one is still listed. I'm like, what in the world is this? So I actually hopped on to my eBay account and started poking around and found out, oh, eBay now has it so you can accept multiple offers for one item. So let's just say I'm selling this rubber band right here. I can accept an offer of 25 cents from, I have two rubber bands actually, look at that. But let's say I'm selling these two, I can accept an offer of 25 cents even if I'm asking 50 cents from like 5 different people. It used to only be one person could send an offer like that, but now you can get multiple offers from multiple people and accept all of those different offers. And believe it or not, eBay's like, yeah, this is great, this is good. And for those of us that have been doing eBay for a long time, we might be thinking, oh no, we're going to have a whole lot of people that buy these items, take the offers, think they have the item and can just wait a little bit. Because for me, guys, I have people that cannot pay until, say, the first week of the next month, because a lot of my customers for my antique books are usually going to be pensioners and such. And a lot of these people, though, they will pick something up on the week before the first. And so like the last month of, right now it's October, so they pick up stuff last month of October, they pay the first week of November. Did I say the last month of October? Sorry, the last week of October. And they pay a little bit later. That's fine by me. I've been doing that forever. But now I'm getting some of these offers, but I'm getting potentially multiple offers on these things, multiple people who I might accept offers from, and then only one person gets it, which means a lot of people might end up getting angry because, again, this is a new change from eBay that I think could actually end up hurting eBay because they didn't televise this enough. I mean, people are taking these things, and I'm having to warn them when they say, oh yeah, can I pay for it next week? I'm like, yes, but I cannot hold this for you guaranteed because eBay changed the way they do things. And yes, that I do know that I can deny every single other offer, and I can deny whoever pays a full price for the book and all that sort of thing. But I'm not really going to do that. I'm going to let eBay do eBay's thing, its own eBay way. And if they want to have it so the first person that pays gets it, that's fine by me. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, personally, I think it'd be cool if I could also, like, not be on the receiving end of any grief that may arise from this, though. Because, guys, let's face it, a lot of people do what I've had customers do, where they're like, hey, here's my offer, I cannot pay until the 15th of next month, that's when I get my paycheck, you know, something like that. And for me, that's fine by me. I can hang on to a book for a little bit longer. I mean, you guys have seen the books behind me. I've hung on to several of these books for a few years, so another week, whoop-de-stinkin' do, I don't care. But if someone else comes in and buys that, I have to explain to that customer then, yes, I'm sorry, I did say you could wait for that long, but because of eBay's things, I actually had to sell it still. Like, it adds a little bit of convolutedness, which I sort of wish I, as a seller, could actually not allow. Part of me wishes that I could have it so I could be like, okay, this is my accepted offer, this thing's no longer for sale, that sort of thing. I'm sure that is either something that I'm somehow not spotting. I looked around, I didn't see it. I'm sure I'm either missing it right now, or maybe eBay will add it in the future, but I do think it is something that adds an unnecessary bit of complexity to things. Of course, it does really help me as a seller because it makes it so, let's say someone does want it and says they'll pay in 2 weeks. Potentially, if someone buys it beforehand, I could get paid 2 weeks sooner. That's totally cool. Doesn't happen a whole lot with my particular inventory, but it's like, okay, that is neat. I could handle that, but end of the day, again, it's just something that I think is actually damaging to eBay, because eBay, it's the land of collectibles, and collectible people, yes, you have the uptight ones who want everything exactly how they want it, and they are type A to the max and sort of annoying because of that. But then you have other people who are a lot more laid back with their whole collectible thing. They're like, oh yeah, I've been looking for this for years. I can wait 2 weeks for it to get here, that sort of thing. And with them making this particular change, it sort of adds like an artificial sense of urgency, which I don't think is beneficial for the eBay platform, in my own opinion. I would love to hear what you guys think down in the comment section. In fact, I'll be browsing to see what you guys think about all this as well, and see if you guys think it's really helpful or not. For me, I just found out about this like earlier this month, so as far as I know, it's a newer change, but it might have been implemented a little bit beforehand. But with that said and done, please be sure to comment down below. I am very, very curious what you guys think about all this. All that was just my thoughts. And with that said, let's completely and totally change gears. So guys, I have not been able to hit any estate sales for the longest time for my business. The last one was during the summer, like mid-summer. And it's funny because for where I live, like, we don't have a lot of estate sales with a whole lot of books. I have to, by and large, go out to the country where people actually read books and try to educate themselves, and it's not just like the city where everyone wants to be entertained with the latest Instagram thing, the latest TikTok thing. People in the country, they actually care about what is sort of cooler, which is books and people. But with that said, I actually have a few books right here that I want to show you guys. So I hit 2 different estate sales. Both of them, one of them was way out in the sticks, like way out in the sticks. I was going there, I'm like, well, if I'm lost, then I'm all sorts of worried. I mean, I do know I could get back to where I was supposed to be, but it's like, I've never been on these back roads. I didn't know these back roads existed. This is something. But fortunately for me, I did not get lost, and I did find that one estate sale out in the middle of nowhere, but it was like, huh, pretty neat. With that said, though, here are these books. I'm going to save the coolest one for the last. Here is a cool German songbook. I was not prepared to find this one yesterday, but it is pretty stinking cool. I mean, it's not in the best possible shape, as you guys can see, but it's really cool. Unfortunately, the title page was ripped out, so I also don't know when it's actually from, but I would suspect, just looking at things, that it's got to be the early 1900s, as in like the first decade of the 1900s, but more than likely it's the late 1800s, just looking at things. But it's a beautiful piece right here, and I've never seen anything quite like this, so I'm actually thrilled with this book. No idea what its value is, but sometimes when I'm at a different estate sales, I just see certain books that I sort of feel compelled to purchase for my store, because it's something unique enough that I feel like it actually is beneficial to my store. Next thing is this one right here, Kimball Contest Copy, which I thought was really interesting, and I have absolutely no idea what the book is, but it's not really valuable, but I mean, it's on the slightly more valuable end of things. I mean, it was like 20 bucks or something like that on eBay. So I was like, okay, I'm buying it for $2. I think I can make a profit on that. Mine's 1921, if I recall correctly. Next one is, I bought a farm. I just thought this was a neat little book. I didn't even open it up when I was checking it out. I just grabbed it and I was like, oh, this looks like something that could do well on my store. Let's just see. So it looks like it's just a story about something that happened on a farm at some point, and that one's early 1900s, don't recall. Another one is a Longfellow book. I just pick up a lot of Longfellow books whenever I see them. I think I have a couple behind me. I don't know why, but there's just certain authors that I'm like, yeah, I'll buy that book. I mean, it's worth $2 or whatever to have another one of this author's books listed on my store. Longfellow is one of those for me. Charles Dickens right here. I got quite a few Dickens books. There's just a few authors that I will just get basically whatever they have. And finally, this one's the cream of the crop. It's an old Peanuts book. And I found out when I was looking at it, this is one of the books. So when I was at this place, I had barely any reception, but I had enough. I could look these prices up for all the things I was getting. And unfortunately, I've had to lower my preferred price that I try to get stuff that it'll sell for. It used to be like 25 to 35 bucks. I've actually lowered it down to like 20-ish. So when I was going through all these books, I was like, yeah, I can do that. This book's only this much. This one is only this much. That sort of stuff. This one right here, I saw a couple comps on eBay for 70 bucks or so. And I'm not going to go through the whole book with you guys, but it's a fun little Peanuts book. and if I recall correctly, I think it was from the 60s. Where does it say in this guy? I do not see where it says. Forgive me, guys. Well, we'll find out eventually. But this one, according to what I was seeing on eBay, could be worth as much as like 70 bucks or so. So it definitely is the best book that I got over this weekend. It's definitely not the best book I've ever gotten, but it is pretty good considering the amount of books that I've been getting lately. They're just not very valuable, and in addition to that, all the high-end books that I have, a lot of their values are slipping really fast and really hard because the economy's really dying, which really stinks, but that's why I sort of pivoted into the lower value books a little while back, and why I started getting inventory for that, because those are the only books that I'm still selling at this point, which really stinks. It really hurts the bottom line, but hey, I'm still getting sales. That's better than nothing. I do have other businesses, obviously, that are helping to foot the bill for what I've not made in this whole business. But at the end of the day, it ebbs and flows, and I guess we're on the ebbing side of things. But before too long, we'll see things starting to rebound. Of course, before too long. I'm Caleb. Caleb has really weird time parameters. For me, before too long is within a decade. So sorry about that, guys. I think that when we have this recession, it might last a little bit longer than the 2008 one. We'll see. It depends on how badly the government ruins things when they try to fix things. With that said and done, though, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a few of those books. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, please be sure to drop in the comments also. I know I'm asking you guys to comment a lot today, but if you guys did like me showing off some of the books, be sure to let me know that in the comments. It's something that I'm considering bringing into these videos a little more often. Of course, I don't source a whole lot, so I will also be digging into my death pile to show off some different books, or maybe into some of the books that I have listed. But end of the day, we will definitely see what you guys like. This Peanuts one, I initially thought about just listing it for whatever price and seeing if it'll sell. This is a book that I think I might end up just putting up for auction and getting it sold sooner rather than later. That's something I'm sort of at the point with in this business. It's like, well, I don't want to have a whole lot of inventory just stacking up for no reason, so I am considering, and actually strongly considering, putting up a lot of auctions for a lot of different things to just get these things sold. We'll see what I end up doing, but I hope this video was valuable for you guys. If it was, you can also subscribe and check out one of my other videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.